moving on now, like we told you, the RBI's MPC policy meeting is underway. The two-day meeting is underway, and they will be announcing their decision tomorrow. Ahead of that, we had a CNBC-TV18 poll. So Ritu is here with the results of that poll. Ritu.
Well, with inflation softening and the US Federal Reserve also moderating the pace of its hikes, 70% of our respondents said they expect RBI to settle for a smaller rate hike of 25 basis points this time around, with 30% voting for a status quo policy. But more importantly, it looks like we're nearing the end of this rate hike cycle, with 100% of the respondents saying that the February rate hike will be the last one, which brings us to the peak rate in this cycle, and there 90% expect 6.5% to be the peak repo rate. On the inflation front, majority is expecting that RBI will lower its inflation forecast for the fiscal by about 10 to 20 basis points, given the cooling off that we've seen in the last few months. On the macro GDP front, no change is expected, 6.8% growth forecast for FY23. Now, on the stance, the street is divided, however. 40% believe that it will retain the stance at withdrawal of accommodation. 20% believe it will tweak the wording of the stance without shifting it. But 40% do expect RBI to shift its stance to neutral this time around. In terms of other things that the markets will be watching out for, one, any soft signal about a pause come April from the governor's statement this time around. And secondly, the continuing dissent within the MPC on the policy action is also something that the markets will keep an eye out for.
All right, Ritu, thank you very much for that. And with that, it is a wrap on this edition of Trading Hour. Do stay